Hi everyone, I'm Chef Stacy. We're back again. We're here in the Journey Kitchen at Journey Christian Church in Apopka, Florida. And today I've got a really special episode just for moms. We're in this sermon series called Trauma to Triumph. And what it got me to thinking about was all the trauma that our kids have been going through. And it's been a lot of changes for kids. And I don't think that kids can always really verbalize what they feel and what they want to express. So I've got a great idea for moms today to create a really fun moment that you can have with your kids. Imagine yourself, close your eyes. Imagine yourself sitting on your front porch or your patio, and you've got a warm basket of muffins with you, and you got your child with you. Perfect bonding moment. Maybe that'll get them to talk. So today, moms, we're creating a recipe that's with you in mind that we can make to please our kids. We're making baked chicken poppers and Yam and Jam Muffins. Wait till you hear about this. I'm using ground chicken today, and just drop that right in there. But we're adding some sweet potato. As you can see, we kind of got a sweet potato theme going today. I've got some grated sweet potato, but I'm gonna finish up with this last little bit here. This is probably the best exercise to grate sweet potatoes, but I want you to be careful. You can scratch yourself on these. You can cut yourself, so be careful. But I'm using sweet potatoes today. Sweet potatoes have a lot of really good stuff. There's too many for me to count. Sweet potatoes have beta carotene, fiber, vitamin A, B vitamins, C, and vitamin C. It's just the it word right now. You can't get enough vitamin C. But I'm gonna grate these so that we can mix them with our chicken. And what I love about sweet potatoes as well is that they're low on the glycemic scale, which means that they don't spike your blood sugar. But I know they're called sweet potatoes. But they're lower on the glycemic scale, so they don't spike your blood sugar. And they've got lots of vitamin A and vitamin C. So, should you use white potatoes or sweet potatoes? This one's getting away. It's really up to you, but sweet potatoes do have a little more A and C. But they're about the same in carbs and calories. So you can see there, look at there. Nice grated. But what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take them. You see I have them in a towel for a reason. You don't want any extra moisture in the recipe. So I'm gonna just squeeze this and watch. This towel is just gonna absorb some of the moisture. You just wanna squeeze any moisture out. And this is also a good thing. If your kids are kind of making you angry at the moment, No, I'm joking, but it is good for the muscles. So even a few drops here are landing in my bowl, but squeeze that out, take that, drop those sweet potatoes in there. You got a nice little orange messy towel for the dirty clothes. We're gonna mix that all in there together. Now I'm adding a little olive oil. And I'm adding some wheat flour. This is a really easy recipe if you need to make this gluten-free. Just change out your flour. But I'm adding a little wheat flour today. This is the ingredient that I really want to talk about. Baby food. Yes, I said baby food. Why am I putting baby food in this recipe? Okay. Like I said, I have been a personal chef for a long time. And I'd walk into some homes and their kids are eating sushi and they're all sophisticated palates and they'll eat anything. But you go into another home and the mom is just pulling out her hair. She's stressed out because she can't get her kids to eat healthy things. That's the mom that I relate to. When my daughter was younger, she wouldn't eat anything but oatmeal. I kid you not. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, oatmeal, oatmeal, oatmeal. And I was panicked because she can't just eat a bowl of carbs all day. What am I gonna do? So I discovered this cookbook. This is by Jessica Seinfeld. Yes, she's married to the comedian with the famous show. She does cookbooks, but she did this cookbook and it's about how to sneak veggies into your food. And so another mom just helped me find this book And so she taught you how to sneak pureed veggies into food so that the kids didn't know it. Well, I was a busy mom with 2 jobs. I didn't want to spend all the time roasting all the veggies that she had and freeze them in all these little containers. But I used her idea and I discovered organic baby food. Organic baby food. 1, it's organic. 2, it's already cooked. It's already roasted. 3, there's no chemicals, no additives. On the ingredient list, it says carrots and water. You don't have to worry about anything. So, oh, my hands are sticky. Look, I can't get the top off of this one. So today we're adding baby carrots to this. So when I was telling you about my daughter, we started adding baby food to her oatmeal. So I took her to the grocery store. I had to sell it now. I took her to the grocery store and I showed her all the boxes and I showed her all the different colors. And back then, you see, I'm going to date myself. There was something called Dinosaur Egg Oatmeal. And it had these little round pebbles in the oatmeal that would burst into little pretty colors, and the kids thought it was cool. So I got her convinced. Oatmeal came in all kind of colors. So some days she had orange oatmeal. Other days she had green oatmeal for the peas and the green beans. So she had a lot of different colored oatmeals. And this worked for several years, I tell you, until she caught me doing it. And then she was out of the oatmeal phase and she went to grits. And I'm sad to say that grits only come in white or yellow. So I couldn't hide the veggies in it, but I didn't think about pureed cauliflower back then. See now, hindsight, but pureed baby food. And this works on adults. I cannot tell you how many times I've sat at my own dining room table and watched my family scarf down squash enchiladas and things like that. And I just sat there and they're like, these are just so moist. I'm telling on myself and they're gonna see this one day and they're gonna be like, really? And I have been guilty of pureeing beets, mixing them in tomato sauce and making chicken parmesan. Just saying, Mom, organic baby food, buy it, hide it in your pantry, mix it in. It works. All right, we're adding a little garlic powder to this, a little onion powder, and this ingredient is smoked paprika. I actually discovered this on the Food Network, and all it is, we've all had paprika, and you think about paprika when you make your deviled eggs or something, but this one has a nice little smoky aroma to it. It's smoked pimentos. I love it on barbecue. So think about trying this one day to switch up instead of paprika. So we got a little bit of that in there as well. We're gonna, and a pinch of salt. You only want about a half a teaspoon of some sea salt or garlic salt. There you go. Let's mix away. See if you can see how all of this comes together. Just kind of mash. And they're gonna be moist because you added that little baby carrot in there. And you've got the ground chicken, and I did use an organic brand, but use whatever is at your local store. These, it's kind of like we're making our own chicken nuggets. You can eat them hot or cold, and we've all eaten a cold chicken nugget at one time. See how that comes together? It still looks like you're about to make a meatball or something. Just mix that all together in there. I've got my oven preheating to 400. These take about 30 minutes to bake, and then you'll flip them halfway through. Now that I've got that all in one big ball, I'm gonna use an ice cream scoop. I'm gonna put on a glove just because I'm working with chicken, and then I don't have to wash my hands again. I'm gonna reach over here to the side and get my pan. I've got a little half sheet pan, and what I've done is I've coated it with foil. I don't like to wash a lot of dishes when I'm done cooking. If you put foil on it, when this is done, you tear the foil off, throw it away. Easy cleanup. I'm gonna spray it so nothing sticks. I'm just using a little olive oil cooking spray. And what I'm gonna do is, I use the ice cream scoop too because you get consistent sizes. Everything comes out about the same size, so then when you're cooking it, they all gonna cook it evenly. So, this won't take me but a minute. And whatever if you use a larger size scoop, I don't know if you can kind of see what size scoop I've got. And you can kind of look at my little mounds here. You can use a bigger scoop if you want to make them bigger. But that might just increase your cooking time just a little bit. But this is also something that you can ask your kids to help you with. They might think this is fun. And when kids get involved in their food and they have a little ownership in it, they're more likely to try it. When I was a personal chef, I'd always ask the kids for their advice about what they wanted me to cook so that they felt like if they had a say in it, then they're maybe gonna try it. You have better chances on them trying it and eating it. Alrighty, we're almost done. And we're gonna get about 15 of these. And these freeze easily as well. So if you don't eat them all today, you can freeze them, or you can make a double batch. Make a double batch. You've got some for now and some for later. I think I'll get one more out of this one. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put on another glove, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flatten them a little bit, kind of make them look a little bit like footballs. Just take it, pat it down, just give it a little oval shape. I say it looks a little bit like a football. You can leave them round if you want, make them look like little burgers, but when you give them the little oval shape, it kind of gives it the little chicken tender, chicken nugget taste or look that kids are familiar with. Kids like familiarity. So how pretty those are too. Nice, colorful food. You know that I like colorful foods on a plate. So I love that. You got some nice color going here. And then by me using the gloves, I don't have to wash my hands when I'm done. Just toss off the gloves. I love easy meals, and I love stuff that is different, that kids can have fun with. I made these a lot for when my kids were in high school and they were in the band. I had a lot of band kids come into my house. Made these a number of times. And in the oven these will go. Then we get to make another treat. Perfect. All righty, I'm gonna turn around, put these in the oven, and we're gonna make something else. My next recipe is called Yam and Jam Muffins. When I was a personal chef, I had a lot of customers, and I had so many families in one area that they all went to the same school. So I had a teacher call me from the local school there, and she says, I really had to talk to you because all the kids in the cafeteria are comparing what Chef Stacy put in their lunches. This recipe was one of my most requested recipes to put in a kid's lunch. And they're called Yam and Jam Muffins because they're made with yams, sweet potato, and jam, jelly. So Yam and Jam, it's a cute ring to it, but it's really easy to make. And this one, again, quick, easy to go gluten-free. So if you want a gluten-free version of this, hit me up in the chat because I kind of do a little bit of a special gluten-free flour mix that I've learned over the years that works well for this recipe. So hit me up in the chat if you want the gluten-free version of this. But I am mixing wheat flour and all-purpose, and I actually like to use the unbleached all-purpose white flour. So we've got a little brown sugar, and I'm just mixing all my dry ingredients. I got some baking powder and some baking soda in here, and some cinnamon and my salt. Give that a mix. Just mix that together. Let all your dry ingredients set aside. Ooh, I wish you could smell that. Now we go to the fun part. Sweet potatoes. I roasted these first, and because I like the roasted sweet potatoes, I like the taste of them, so I did roast them and peel them so that I can throw them in here. But I recognize that there's a lot of busy moms out there. If you want to use canned, no judgment, Mom. Use the can because it's quicker. But the reason I like the plain roasted is it's got one ingredient and the cans have a little bit more ingredients. So there's a trade-off there. But you can use the roasted potatoes. I'm gonna just give this a little mash in there. Soften those up. We're gonna add all the rest of these ingredients. I am using low sugar apricot. You can use any jam that you want. I always try to go for the lower sugar ones. And going with pineapple or apricot is normally my go-to, but go with what your child's favorite jam is. And plus, letting them choose the jam, again, gives them ownership. But I have never tried grape. So if you try grape, tell me how that tastes and how it comes out, because I've never used a grape jelly. But I have done a strawberry before, so it works too. So I've got some canola oil here. I've got a half cup of milk. And I've got an egg with my little mini whisk that I just whisked. So all we're doing is we're gonna do wet ingredients, then dry ingredients. Easy. Easy, easy. Put that down. Let's just mix that, mush that all together. And the apricot jam, of course, is the same color as if you use like a strawberry jam or something, you might get little flecks of a little pretty color. But the apricot jam is the same color as the sweet potatoes, so it all mixes together. We are gonna combine this all together. Let me get rid of my masher here. Mix that all together. So all you did was put your dry ingredients together. Now we put our wet ingredients together. Let's just turn this into a nice little muffin dough. And it looks as if there's too much flour or won't be moist enough, but just watch. It's just gonna slowly come together. Just mash that soft goodness and sweet potato jam together. And see how it's just starting to look like almost like a little thick pancake batter. But again, this is something that you can get your kids to help you with. And it smells good too. I've got a pan already set up here to bake it. You don't have to use muffin liners. I just had these left over from a birthday party, and these have a little camouflage on them. My daughter was into camo, so I had some of those left over, and I bet you have some left over at your house somewhere too. Now, I like to use an ice cream scoop just because, again, the ice cream scoop makes everything consistent. It makes all of them come out the exact same size. And if you scrape the bowl, you get 12. You might get 11, just depending on how big your scoop is, or you might get 13 if your scoop's just a little bit smaller than mine. These bake at 400 for 20 minutes. And then you got, see, and I said if you scrape the bowl, you get the last one. I'm frugal. I scrape the bowl. I'm getting every bit of this. And these are another item that freeze well too. I love things that you can freeze. You can make a double batch, freeze some for later. Get this last one in there. There you have it, in the sink, in the oven for 20 minutes. So while that's cooking, you know I've already got some chicken poppers ready for us to go. And what I did here was I had a little sauce bar made up. So depending on what your kids like, if they're honey mustard, I got a low sugar ketchup. And this is actually one of my favorite barbecue sauces. It's a low sugar barbecue sauce. I love that. I'm gonna grab these out of the oven. I want you to see what that looks like. See how and you can leave them in the oven just a few more minutes to get them nice and crispy. Look at that. They kind of look like little footballs. You put this on a platter for your kids. You put an assortment of dipping sauces out there for them. This is great if you have a bunch of kids coming over for a party too. And it's inexpensive. Doesn't cost you a lot of money to make this. And what I was saying about cleanup, you can't get better than this, ladies and gentlemen. Watch. This is what I call cleaning up the kitchen. Gone. Easy done. I'm gonna grab a fork here. So let your kids choose whichever sauce they want. Ugh. So if they're a ketchup kid or a mustard kid, let them pick whatever sauce they want. Take one of those. I'm dipping it in the barbecue. And it's nice and warm. Oh, they're tender. They're super tender. You've got just like a little crispness on the outside. Let me see if you can actually see the, oh, you can see the steam coming off of that. But you can see the sweet potato in there. You can't taste the carrot. Your kids will never know you put carrots in there. They'll see the little flecks of the sweet potato maybe. But pick the sauce of your choice. And if you have slider rolls, you can turn these into little sliders. So a lot of options that you can do with these. And like I said, these are great for a little kid's birthday party. Love this. I'm gonna set that back there. And we're gonna glaze some muffins. Look at that. I've got a plate of muffins that I made earlier. And we're gonna make the little glaze to go over the top. So I've got some 10x sugar. I've got just a little bit more of the jam. That low sugar apricot jam. And I've got some vanilla. I'm just gonna mix this together. And it's gonna create just a little paste. And you know, the one thing about making glaze for muffins or any kind of 10x sugar recipe, you don't have to use a recipe. Just 10x sugar, a little liquid. You can add a little splash of milk to this. But just get that all in there. Look at the color. Look how pretty the color is. So it's almost like you're making a frosting. Now, you can either do one or two things. You can take a spoon and just kind of ooze it on there like that. Looks like ice cream going on the top of there. Or you can take one and just kind of dunk it in there. Make it fun for your kids. Look at that. Easy recipes. Sneak in a couple of good things that your kids don't know about. You sit back at the table. The kids are smiling. You're happy. And you've gotten some veggies in your kids today. That is a win. When moms can get veggies in their kids, that's a win. And Halloween is coming up too. You could even, if you wanted to, you could add a little tint to them and make them a little orange, more orange or something like that too. Have fun with it. No rules. can't wait to bite into one of these. Ugh. And I have a family. I know a mom who's got 3 little ones today. She's going to be, should I say winner? She's going to be the winner. She gets to get the meal that we're cooking today. So later today, I've already arranged to deliver to her house. And we're going to take these in a night, some muffins and the little chicken poppers. Plus, the recipes have cute names. Kids love catchy foods. Here's the taste test, everybody. The foil wrappers peel away really easily, but I want to break this open so that you can see how moist. Let me see if I can break it your way. How moist that is inside. I'm going to get this all over my fingers. Look how moist that is. And you can see the little specks of the sweet potato in there, but it's all incorporated really well. I'm gonna eat, sorry. I'm gonna have a mouthful. You get the cinnamon, you get a little bit of that apricot jam. Oh, I just love stuff like this. And like I said, imagine these warm, a little basket of warm muffins. Think about doing something like this for your kids. Or think about somebody else you can do this for. Think about a mom who has some kids who just needs a little hand. What I love about cooking is you don't have to be a trained chef to do this. You just have to be someone filled with love and someone that cares. So try this. Baked chicken poppers, Yam and Jam Muffins, sauces of your choice. Easy, easy, easy. Won't take you long to do it. And bless somebody with it. Just remember, go to journeychristian.com/cooking with Chef Stacy, and you can download these recipes. They're just down, they're on the website there, and you can print them out. Or you can go to our YouTube channel and sign up there, and then you'll get alerts when all the new shows are coming out. So can't wait to see you again. Hit me up in the chat if you need gluten-free recipes. And I love you guys for watching. And remember, make food a part of your faith journey. Don't leave that out in your faith walk. See how you can love somebody with food and love yourself and your kids. See you next time. I gotta eat and deliver food. Love you.
Preston.
3.
How's your chicken nugget?
Good.
You love it? Miss Stacy made it for you. Isn't it so good? Say thank you, Miss Stacy.
Thank you, Stacy.
I love it.
I will say that.